So, Minecraft has a huge problem, an epidemic that has spread across every world and server I've been on for over a decade. Ugly, random farms. It's like putting a sewer plant next to the Burj Khalifa. So today, I'm gonna fix it by blending 25 of my favorite Minecraft farms into one industrial monster to create the ultimate Minecraft survival factory that's fully functional and impossibly impractical for any normal person to build in survival Minecraft. And since this is gonna take over 500,000 blocks in total to build, I think the first thing I need to do is find some help. I wasn't gonna ask you anyways, Patches.
You know what's been missing?
Tell me.
You've been missing.
I have. I mean, I don't want to brag, but I do have a golden shovel and 11 pieces of bread.
Is this some sort of peasant joke that I'm too rich to understand?
Dude, you're so kitted out. You got this beautiful base, netherite armor. Meanwhile, all I've got are these cursive binding pants. I can't even wear iron pants till I get these things off. Hey, oh.
I took off your pants for you.
I don't really know how to respond to that. Let's go build a factory.
Hey, we're gonna need some more stuff since all yours fell on the ground.
Well, we picked a pretty cool spot for this factory and should have plenty of space to build it. But the first step in this mega project is to get every single farm that's randomly spread across the server into one spot. So there we go. Step one is complete, which really took us about 3 weeks to do. And we'll get to each of these farms in more detail later on to see the absolute insanity that this factory is gonna produce, including a couple of new and complicated farms that I'm saving for later. But by building all the farms first, we should have almost everything that we need to build this factory, which, if you already forgot, is absolutely massive and requires an absurd amount of different blocks in its build palette, which is probably why it took us literally an entire year to design this entire thing. But there's no material type more utilized than stone, which is exactly why we've built 2 separate tunnel bores for this project. Tigers at around Y50 for regular stones and copper, and mine way down at Y-50 for deep slate and tough, and maybe a little competitive advantage.
What is this a race for again?
Diamonds, of course.
On this level?
Listen, you picked your level. I didn't pick your level.
I didn't. You did. You absolutely did.
No. And after a few days of digging, we should have plenty of deep slate for this whole project, so we can mark farm number 1 off our list. And honestly, a different tunnel bore design probably would have been faster, but this design is just super easy and reliable. Oh, mine blew up! It blew me up! Meaning you can always rely on it to blow itself up at some point. But what we didn't know is while boring through the darkness of the depths below, we'd awoken something sinister, something so overtly evil whose insatiable craving for carnage and devastation had permeated the confines of Minecraft to consume the entire real world. It's Plushy Branzy, the most adorable little maniac to complete any plushie collection. His fingerless gloves may be clean, but his head is full of mischievous intentions. And this is the first merch drop I've ever done, and it won't be around very long. So if you're interested, you can check it out down below on YouTube or at creatorinc.com/Branzy. And if you're not, don't worry, I totally understand. But Plushy Branzy, on the other hand, isn't so forgiving. What the? Hello? Anyways, I think we should put some of this stone to work. And since this thing has the mass of the Death Star itself, we should probably start from the ground up. Hooray! Look at that.
We're done.
3 huge silos.
Wow, they are really big.
Yeah.
They're really big.
They're massive. I'm starting to realize the scale of this project. Like on paper, it sounded much smaller.
The scale of these silos is large.
Now, the silos may look done, and that's because mostly they are, minus a couple small holes in tigers, apparently. It's just fine. Just fine.
I'm getting triggered.
But there is farms inside of all of them. Big farms. And if we start over at the cactus farm, because this is pretty cool, actually.
Oh, I flew into the dripstone. Okay.
I take my eyes off you for 2 seconds. This thing is already cranking, baby. Cranking. Is it full?
Full?
Oh my God. It is actually almost full. That's crazy. Do you see a problem with our overflow protection?
This was not the point of the tour. It's
No,
to point out
it's
all
not.
my inadequacies.
It's not.
It really
It's-
wasn't. So let's just keep it rolling.
To show that we even put a little smelter over here so we can get all the green dye and stuff, which we're gonna need a ton of green dye for this whole project. Like thousands. Go over here.
Ooh.
We have what I call the Rec Wrap Special, the old Melon Farm. This thing is massive. There's so many melons inside of this. Is it full too? Oh my God.
Yeah,
we'll never
pretty
need
full
melons
melons.
again. By the time we get this factory built, we're not going to need anything. We're going to...
No, and this whole
Be
place
set.
is going to be a lag fest.
In our final silo, we have the Wheat Farm, a design by Just Luke that will produce 1,106 wheat per hour and 1,904 seeds per hour.
Amazing.
How do you turn it on? Is it this lever right here?
Yes.
So now that it's
was
on, it sends a little hopper minecart around, gives the farmers jobs, right?
Right?
And now he just wanders around and
And they just-
harvests. I mean, he
just
seems like
harvest.
he knows the job. He just doesn't. Maybe
doesn't
he's
wanna work
overwhelmed.
yet.
There's a lot
What
of
time
work
is
to
it?
do. And speaking of task lists, we also have this huge carrot, potato, and beet farm in the back here that's just cranking away, but is also very ugly to look at. So I say we build it right into the factory foundation.
You're in for a treat. Here we go.
That was great.
That was great. Fortunately, I didn't record any of it. Oh.
Why didn't you record it? And check this out. Like, just look at the scale of the foundation of this factory alone. And it goes all the way around the entire place. And we even went through and added things on this side with like silos and stuff just to give this place a little bit more of that factory feel and not just be the giant dark wall. And around this whole factory, there's going to be these really cool looking pipes that are just spewing out this sludge into the water as if the factory is just, I guess, kind of like a real life factory in a way. But on a less sad note, if we walk into the bottom of this foundation, this is actually the storage for all of the main crops. And this is going to be one of the most useful farms because now that Mojang nerfed raid farms and fixed string dupers, we're going to need a reliable source of emeralds to trade with villagers so our factory doesn't collapse under its own economy. And since this puppy will get over 6,000 crops per hour, I think we're going to be just fine. And that's not the only farm that we've stashed inside of the foundation of this place, because over on the east side of our factory, there's a little village, most of whose inhabitants have been brutally massacred by zombies. But the survivors have been placed inside of our iron farm up there, the storage for which is right across this bridge directly across from the village. And as you walk across, you'll notice this giant gash in the side of the factory where it's almost like an explosion or something happened that's just exposing the gross, nasty glowiness of this. Oh God. But we're here for the decor, and there's no better way to show it than with shaders, because they give it this insane, crazy cool looking glow. I mean, even look at the sorting back there, dude. Even like looking at it from free cam, look at these pipes. Like, that's so insanely cool. And once we get the rest of this factory done, this place is going to be the coolest factory in all of Minecraft. But all that being said, because this place is so insanely massive, there's not really a great way to get from farm to farm. So I think the next thing that we need to work on are the walkways to connect the entire thing together.
Did it. Wow.
Holy cow, dude. Look at this. Paths.
Dad, what a knockout.
So now we can walk from anywhere to anywhere across the whole factory.
You can walk from here to there to somewhere else. You feel like it too.
And we've got these beautiful support pillars in the back, a walkway that connects all the crop farms together.
We have walkways everywhere.
But we are missing one small thing. And that is, how are we planning to get into the factory? Because we've got all these beautiful paths and entryway going directly into
nothing.
Until now. Whoosh. And there it is. The entrance to the factory is completed. Minus, I think those lights need to get turned on. I am so sorry. God dang it. But we also went ahead and added our little walkway around the entire interior as well, which is going to be really important for two reasons. One, in order to get to all of the various farms on the lower level, and two, to avoid stepping in the goop. But what I think is the most cool is our goop chute, which is not a technical term, but it is a term that I said in a recording. Oh my God. Anyways, so this thing actually, if we hop into free cam, goes all the way down to the tunnel bores clear at the bottom of the factory. But that being said, we should now be able to start working on disguising some of the farms around this area, specifically our villager breeder. So that is exactly what we're gonna do next.
There's the breeder, the villager breeder. This is what we were doing. Why we did this.
Yeah.
There's the villager breeder up there.
Villager breeder. Oh, look, there's one coming now. Observe.
Is there? Oh,
Yeah.
where?
He's on his way down. Look. So it comes out of the villager breeder, down into the birth canal, through the birth chute, and they fall through, and there's
There
one.
he goes. Whoa.
Oh. See, we should have removed those walls. That's what, when I said we should remove that was why. They're
Did he
baby
die?
killer. Oh, he died. Here, I can fix this. I will be helpful. Give me a second.
I feel like normally you're way more helpful than this.
I couldn't be more helpful if
I feel like once upon a
actually
time-
tried.
Where are you going?
I'm helping.
Where are you helping over there?
Because I had to redo the water because it was
Are you
broken.
stuck?
Get me out of here. Help me.
Ow!
There's a baby. He's not fully pushed out yet. He's still in there. Come on.
Oh, God.
There he goes. Oh, look at him.
Oh, thank
He's
goodness.
he's in the stream. And whoosh,
He lives?
lands safely down. He
He's stuck.
goes through the birth
He's
tubes. Shoo, and up the chute, and he gets to wait
around?
here until he grows up right next to the villager trading hall.
And then he'll go in here and be one of our friends.
And once our little Georgie here is of legal working age, oh, he grew up. George. Oh, George. And as George races to the top of that corporate
George.
ladder, and he's so
George.
excited to find a job, and yet all that's waiting for him on the other side
Oh,
Boom.
Georgie.
is death itself.
There it was, the life cycle of the villager.
We're at full capacity, George. Sorry, we're not hiring. Thank you for applying. But that being said, now that we've got all the villagers in place, let's decorate this crime scene, shall we? check this out. Dude, holy cow. This looks so good. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Let's get in free cam. Check this out. So we now have this whole side of the first floor done and dusted. We've also gone around the back and added this tower as well, where you can see Tiger kind of putting some final touches on the inside, which we'll get to in a minute. But before we do that, I wanted to show you guys a little bit more about a couple of these farms. So up here inside of this nuclear silo that's, kind of overflowing, we have the sugarcane farm. And it's a really simple design that just basically uses observers to push all of the sugarcane blocks when they grow into the center. But the interesting thing about this is the storage collection, which I had to get a little bit creative with. So it all just flows right out of the top, straight down where it falls, and it slides right into the corner where it goes up a pipe and spits right out into this big old storage area right here. And the other is the bamboo farm, which is pretty much the same design, but like a lot more efficient. But this also gives us a path to our XP farm with these armadillos. And all you do is press this button. It gives the armadillos some sort of parasitic infection. You flick this lever and they start to suffocate. Luckily, they are living a life in total fear due to the zombie back there. So they curl up in their little shells and are safe from the damage and death that is their pathetic existence. And we get to profit off their suffering in the form of experience. Don't make me out to be the bad guy, all right? Mojang made it possible. If you look on the outside of this thing, we've actually got some pretty cool details. So we've got these pipes that are flowing out, and it looks like they're just oozing this green nasty out of the factory and polluting this entire area. And there's even a bigger pipe that I put over here that's actually eroding away at the path. I think it's such a cool effect to make this place seem a little bit more alive and just disgusting. And when we put shaders on in a little bit, dude, this place looks insane because of these frog lights. And the rest of this hallway actually just leads us to a little elevator and to the villager trading hall, which leads us right into our lava farm. And this is actually a really cool, super simple design. When we're all done, we just walk right down here and we should have shulkers of lava at the ready. But we are already over halfway done with the main level. All we have left is to transform this conveniently straight line of farms into one really big, beautiful warehouse. And just like that, the entire first floor of the factory is done. And we've incorporated a bunch of really cool details. For example, we've got these pipes that are now connecting and winding up this entire side of the building. We've got a crane here that's just doing something with some kind of nuclear core, I guess. We've got the smokestack silos on the top of this warehouse. And of course, we have an entire interior for this as well. And if we come to the very end of our warehouse here, we can come through this pipe. And at the very bottom, it leads us to our iron farm. But most importantly, we have what I call the naughty porch, reserved for only the most insolent of our factory workers, who some of you may know as Patches. Come on, Patches, this way. It's time you pay for the things that you have done and the stresses that you have caused me. Welcome to your new home on the naughty porch. Well, I hope you're happy here forever, Patches, because this is where you're gonna be. So I can keep my eye on you. I'll at least keep you kind of safe. Probably, you might need a light source. You know what? I'll worry about light sources later. You'll be fine. You're like the dark. Nothing bad in the dark ever happens. You'll be fine. But our warehouse here isn't just for the looks of it. Because if we head right on the inside of our factory, you can see that we've incorporated 4 of our most important farms of this entire place that no factory, excuse me, sir, can be complete without. including this wool farm by ENX04, this super compact little moss farm, which is just cranking away at the goods. And next to that, we have the classic Chromos bone meal farm that I keep forgetting to turn off before I leave the chunks. God dang it. And if we head down our soon-to-be pipe elevator, it'll take us right to the bone meal storage and the storage for the mud/clay farm, which is this monstrosity right here, which is probably the simplest farm to run in the entire factory because all we have to do is hold down right click. But as we're placing dirt here, it's getting converted right into mud, and then it's getting pushed in front of these pistons. It's getting dried out by a bunch of dripstone and sent up this feeder tape that goes like 4 or 5 stories high. And eventually, when we send enough dirt through the tape feeder, they get pressed down into this explosion chamber where a TNT duper does all the work for us. And I've combined it with another design by Strom, which pretty much uses the same concept, but instead of clay, we can use it to harvest mud. But that's enough farm nerding for now, because we may be over halfway through this factory, but that means we still have a long ways to go. So let's build an interior. You're a little too good at your job, dude. You also,
good.
Oh God,
Too good.
Very
Too
good at his job. Look at you.
Too good. Damn. So good.
And just like that, the interior of at least the first floor is completed. Check this out. So we got that big old beautiful copper decor in the back. We got a beautiful chandelier hanging right underneath the sugarcane farm. All this beautiful detail work on the ceiling and all these arches. And of course, most importantly, we have these pretty insane looking tubes right in the back that shoot iron golems, as you can see from the iron farm right up there. But just running around this place feels so freaking cool, dude. And we have also gone ahead, if we come up this tube, we have actually added the entire nether portion of our build here. So we've got all these different brewing stations, a nice way into the nether itself, and of course, a beautiful nether wart farm designed by yours truly a few years ago when I used to do farming content. But if we take a left out of this room and follow our little piglin buddy here, if we come up this little water pipe here, we're gonna get to the 3rd floor. And this is where we're gonna store the most important farm of the entire factory, and that is the dirt farm. And yes, I'm completely serious. And as you can see, it requires a ton of materials. It's also going to completely change the shape and trajectory of the rest of the factory. So before we go any further or try to build anything else onto this place, I think we should probably finish what we started. All right, Kat, I think it's working now, so let's give it the test.
Place 4?
Well, no, you got to get in the mine
I know.
cart, and then you place it. Yeah, there you go. And then we just flick this lever, and as the giant spruce trees grow, the wood gets pushed out of the way, the moss from the cobblestone generators gets turned into podzol, and the tape feeders send it to the TNT duper to harvest everything. See, it's so simple, even you can do it. I mean, I don't mean it like even you. I mean like even
an idiot
with your
can do it.
lag, you can even do it, huh?
Even with my stupid lag, I can do it. Even with my stupid face, I can do it.
The funniest thing is, it's all for dirt.
We did it for dirt.
Like,
Yeah,
this
did it for dirt.
insane, crazy farm. as the centerpiece for this factory is dirt.
Wow. It adds a lot to the profile of what we have built so far.
Yeah, look. It's got like erect in the center.
Yes, it is quite erect in the center.
Now we just have to decorate the entire thing.
We got to decorate the mob farms back here.
True, we got 2 entire nuclear silos to build. So let's get to work. Look at those honkers.
What?
I meant that in the very normal way.
What are you doing?
I meant that as in look at those honking things. Not like... And check this thing out. Dude, it's looking so crazy right now. We got the little glowing silos on the side here, going up to the warehouse where all the villagers are stacked. And we just went through and added these smokestacks and this giant atrium thing to house the entire dirt farm, as well as a couple other elements that I want to show you real quick. So first, as we enter through the side past these silos, there's this entrance right here that takes us to what is the Smeltery. And this is a design inspired by Potato Noir. All I really had to do was figure out a little input system for our design here and how it was going to flow in the factory. So whenever there's something that we want to smell, like say a bunch of cobblestone, the droppers right here are going to automatically fire everything up these water streams. They'll get sucked into these hoppers where they get distributed down this line right here of observers and furnaces, and the whole thing is fueled by this bamboo farm. So the bamboo gets collected, crafted into sticks, which fall into the furnaces and smelt the items inside. And I don't know if it's the fumes or the long hours, but I'm fairly certain this project has now officially pushed our workers to their breaking point.
I belong
Hermaderm.
West Virginia.
That's my cousin. And my tractor. You can't say Hermaderm, that's my cousin.
Can't say Hermaderm, we're in love.
No one said in love. You said in love. All right, you're the one that made it weird. Who says that? That's so messed up.
That's hilarious. Hermaderm, that's my cousin, we're in love.
But there is one more addition that we've already went ahead and put on here, and that is the Honey Farm. It's by ENX04, and it does a phenomenal job of getting all of the honey that you'll ever need in your life, and apparently zombies as well. But I wanted this thing to run a little bit more automatically than the original version, and I found a schematic by someone called Lockdog that adds a really cool bottle recycler where it's going to automatically collect all the honey bottles and craft them into honey blocks, spit them up this water stream. The honey blocks get picked up by this chain of hoppers here. The empty bottles continue down this path, get flowed right back into this hopper system and back into the bottle chest and automatically refilled. So really, this little honey farm will never need any more bottles than are currently in it at any point. And you can see that we have plenty of honey, I think, for the entirety of the rest of this server, and a ton of honeycomb as well from this smaller module that I added at the top. But despite the huge amount of progress that we've already made on this factory, there's a few more elements that we need to add to really call it the ultimate survival factory. That being said, let's mark a few more farms off our list. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Allow me to introduce you to the ultimate factory. Oh my God, dude, look at this thing. First off, we've got this beautiful crane design that I absolutely loved. I retextured it a little bit, but overall, this thing I think fits really, really well. And as you can see, this is the dirt room. You've got the honey farm right over here, but now you've got the wood farm right here. All right, well, it doesn't look like much right now. But if we walk right up this elevator here, we can see the actual tree farm. So what we can do is just grab a little oak sapling here. We'll launch ourselves up. And then as we plant trees and grow them, they get blown up. And we have infinite amounts of wood. But right across from our tree farm, got the villager breeder right here, so we can kind of keep an eye on what these folks are up to, huh? I know what you sickos like to get up to up here. We also have a slime farm right here as well. Oh my God, the snowman became a skeleton. Oh no, that's not what you like to see. I didn't know you had bones. Inside of that little shell. We gotta do something about you. Don't, sir, just don't, sir. How did you even get in there? But I've actually shown this design many a time on my channel as well, and this is by Big Booty 17. And to be honest, it's not the most server-friendly farm in the world, but it is pretty simple once it starts working, which it does really, really well. But any good survival factory needs an excessive source of cobblestone, which is exactly why I've built not one, but 2 cobblestone generators right inside these tanks. So with just the flip of a lever, we never have to mine another piece of stone again. Unless we're not within a reasonable distance of the factory, or we just need to clear out an area. But you get the point. But you're probably wondering, if you have to wait for all these farms to run, where are you gonna AFK? And I thought a lot about that and decided that it needed a place to AFK that's as cool, if not cooler, than the factory itself. Which is exactly why I've invented this. All right, I didn't actually invent anything at all, I don't think, with this entire project, but this is just your kind of standard player launcher, which I have tirelessly calculated in time to fire an arrow directly into my legs just before the TNT explodes to negate any and all damage and launch me safely to the AFK tower above. I may have forgotten that I needed a shield. So again, hallelujah, I enter, I get in the corner, I press the button, I hold my shield, kaboom! We get launched all the way up to the green platform where we land safely on some powdered snow covered in carpets. It's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's... Well, it's Patches being Patches, as always. Hello, Patches. Yes, yes, very good to see you. Yes, yes. But Patches is a great AFK buddy, because not only has he been released from the naughty porch, but he's now on AFK duty, meaning that it is his sole responsibility to keep us nice and safe at all times. Do not jump off. I swear I took so much to get you up here. Oh my God. But we walked down these stairs, and this whole area should be pretty safe. I went through and checked all the light levels and everything, and it looks like it's pretty good. So we should be fine. Patches should be fine. And just for a little extra security, you can actually enter this little room, shut yourself in, set your spawn, put all your goods if you didn't die getting up here already once. And you should be pretty good. You can just sit here all day, let the factory run, and get oodles and oodles of items. And if you're ready to get down and you don't have an elytra, which I'm assuming not if you're going to risk your life up the chute of death, then in order to get down, you just go right here and flip the trap door. It drops you right into the water of the tree farm. But there is one more type of farm that I think we've just neglected from the very start from this factory. In order to make it a true survival factory, it needs a real source of food. An AFK food farm, not just crops. I'm talking meats. I'm talking the best of the best. I'm talking a chicken farm. It's just here for looks. It's not really doing anything. All right, let's be honest. But it is a survival farm, so let's cluck it up. With that, I think every single farm is done.
Is covered by beauty.
Oh, yeah.
Wowzers.
Oh, yeah.
Trousers.
That's
This
a
is
factory
so
for you.
neat. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, there is some cleanup that needs to be done and a few more things that need to be added that we skipped before because there were too many little parts that we didn't want to risk space in our inventory for. But besides that,
part, oh my God, it's done.
oh my God, it's done.
All we have left to do is turn it on.
Actually, if we turn this thing on, it would probably infect the environment in some way.
It probably will. With this much nonsense going on in there, it's going to not only kill our server, but it will wreak havoc upon the terrain that it surrounds it.
Just complete havoc on the environment.
All right, Cat.
Right, ready?
We have to synchronize this at the same time. I'm going to turn this place on. Are you ready?
Oh, we do it on 3 or 1, 2, 3, go?
We do it's on 3. On 3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, you pushed it too early.
I said on 3.
Well, you didn't compensate for the lag between the two of us. Like we're not like next door.
All right, this time we're gonna do it on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
What? You went the wrong way. You compensated the wrong. You're supposed to press it later.
Oh, yeah. See what you mean. I press it later than when I say the word.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
All
You got it. All right. Ready? 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
3.
Okay. See, I was my fault that time. Okay. I got confused because I was counting and I wasn't used to it. You count and you do it. You got this.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Maybe we just spam. Just spam him and eventually it'll click.
I think it. And it's on!
Hey! Now observe it destroy the environment.
Oh, no.
Oh, perfect. The elytra seem to have balanced perfectly upon the pillar where I can't reach them. How wonderful.
Yes.
A good show. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Something's off here. I don't know if it's the eyes.
It's his shirt. I don't know.
It could be a new shirt. It might be. It's happened again. Dude, this poor pillager has had his identity stolen twice in the last 30 seconds. Leave him alone, you monsters. Are you ready, Cat?
I'm ready, dude.
1, 2,
2,
3,
3,
4.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Oh my god.
done, baby. It's done.
Yeah.
The terraforming is completed.
is
The build is completed.
complete.
The farms are completed. Smoke. AFK tower. Dude.
Everything complete. Look at the goop. Oh,
Just
we created
look
a
at the goop.
pollution monster.
Oh, place is
It's
disgusting.
Disgusting. Look at it wear away at the very health of the landscape.
Okay. This is the moment.
Oh.
This is the shaders reveal. Oh my god.
Lag
This
machine.
is what it's all for, baby.
This is what it's all for. This is the whole thing.
Oh, it looks so sick. Oh my god. It looks so good. And after an entire literal year of planning, designing, and building, we had finally accomplished our goal of building the ultimate survival factory. And I have to shout out the incredible TMC Discord where I found almost every one of these farms. And if you want to see more of what this factory took to make, be sure to check out Mad Tiger's channel as well. But despite everything we had learned about technical farms and building, maybe the most important thing we learned was how to spend hundreds of hours in calls without getting completely sick of one another. Oh, Cat, couldn't have done it without you. Literally couldn't have done it without
literally,
you.
we could not have done it without each other because we're so amazing.
This is now our love child. I have a lot of love children. This might be my favorite.
The real prize at the end of the day is the friends we made along the way.
No, not at all. Because what's more important is having an endless amount of supplies that I can use for my next upcoming projects. And trust me when I say, this is going to be a disaster you are not going to want to miss.